the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Baby girl love my vibe, and I like me too. No roof on my top, and my babe see through. Hating on the pen, don't stop, shit ain't gon' feed you. I've been all on my grind, so why I need you? Big flex, my swole up. Double cup and I'm pulled up. Niggas hating like hold up. What's the problem? I'm pulled up. Big flex, my swole up. Hard body, they fold up. Shawty say I done glowed up. Double text on my phone up. Fuck with your boy, I'm the man of the year. I'm not a fan of your peers. I'm serving the fate, I'ma hand him the shears. He not the man of your peers. Heart of a lion,
I don't mean to put it on your nose, but it's clear how my baby's running this the block cause you fear what you do to you if you get dirty hands and veneer. What you do, what she is, little boy, I tell you this. If baby wants sit, she can sit. If baby says lit, it's lit. Got your bank account and not cute. If she said it loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. Baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and not cute. Make it count, how about you? She would put you in the bag, wouldn't even need a planet. If she wanted, she a magnet. They should let her name a planet. Everything she drop like Corona, viral, make the world start over like a owner. She ain't about to set, but they really wanna throne her. Listen, she like bass, she like Hover. Self-employed, moving paper better than some Billy Boy. Made a choice on the regular, she bring a milli home. Click my phone, get my ass up, get a dinner going. Watch she out there, making sure that you all know. Baby wants sit, she can sit. Baby says lit, it's lit. Got your blank account and not cute. If you said loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. Baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and not cute. She can make it count, how about you? She be always making money, if it's raining, if it's sunny. She make time to call me honey every day. Drop a couple bands on the clip, they need pay. Then a couple more on the tip, baby saves. Daddy's just the everyday, imagine holiday. If I get the 50s, then she get me holidays. Signing with the fly, if you meet her, know it's true. So if she ever asks you, you know that baby wants sit, she can sit. Baby says lit, it's lit. Got your black account and not cute. If she said loud, it's the truth. If baby wanna ride, she can ride. Baby needs some time, she got time. Got your bank account and not cute. She can make it count, how about you?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Unapologetic with Mandrell. And shoot for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, don't be like that. Don't be like that.
But I like to keep you out of the spotlight.
Why?
I have to protect you. I have to protect you.
Whatever.
Yes. You have, see here behind me, my alter ego, Lord Vader. That's my nickname around here, apparently.
Lord Vader, really?
Darth Vader is my nickname in YouTube. In these YouTube streets. It's Darth Vader. So, yeah, when I found out, I just kind of leaned into it. I started using Darth Vader as my background and as my avatar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I noticed you just embraced it, right?
I just embraced it, yeah. Poppy Blanco, what's going on? Poppy Blanco and I were on a panel earlier today. I got to tell you, I'm a fan of Poppy Blanco.
Me too.
Yeah, that's my dude. Man. That's my guy.
Especially in group chats, like he's in chats, like live chats. He's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's real too. We got no captivity with Freezy.
Right. How you doing, Yo. Oh my God. How you doing,
Freezy. We got Colt 45 in here. I'm sorry, Hink 75. Yeah, no. I'm just here for shoot.
Not Coke 45.
Yeah, I call him Coke 45. He's smooth like Billy D. Williams. You know what I'm saying? That Billy D. Williams used to do those. There's JT.
Right.
Come on, that wasn't lame. Y'all know he ain't smooth like Billy D. Williams. And Billy D. Williams used to do those Colt 45 commercials.
Yeah, he did.
From way back in the day. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's right. Von Bryant is here.
Hey, Von.
He wants to keep you out. He wants to keep you out of the spotlight, but because he wants it all for himself. Don't worry, you'll get it one day.
Thank you, Von. That's right.
Von, yes, it's quite the contrary. I brought her on my show so that she can be more visible, so more eyes can get on her. Because this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is far too much talent to be hidden. And it is. There's far too much talent over there to be hidden and lost in the ether, lost to obscurity. No.
All right.
No. So if the least I could do is get her on the internet and have people see her, I mean, hey, why not? Why not try? So
that's sweet.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it's about. I didn't tell you that, but it is kind of is. It is what it is.
That's sweet. That's right. Black man that made me a meme too.
And look at Von. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. That's very nice.
Right.
Teach you in the laugh. Dre Blanco, shut up, cop.
Right.
Dre Blanco, what's going on, Dre Blanco? Thanks for coming in. I said, who else we got here in the sanctuary this evening? We got Andre Terry. What's up, man? He was here early and often. And the first one, he did this hours ago, actually. So let's not fall for it. I seen your little podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the like on the way in, man. And he leaves a little black fish, these little brown
That's
fish. You see
what's
that?
up. That's what's up.
No, stop it. He did that like a few like an hour after the thumbnail was made.
Listen, well, still, that's
he probably ain't even here. Podcasts will have like 12 different broadcasts up at one time. You can't be everywhere podcasts. Then he'll be live on his own platform, but be on another panel. I was like, podcast, you can't do that.
Hey,
man, who's managing your platform?
He making it happen. So, hey.
Free Shoo. She's no prisoner. She can leave anytime she wants. Hink.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right.
Don't co-sign with that.
Thank you, Hakeem. We got our first $5 was
first $5. Hakeem said it's $5. Now
I see Shahrazad Ali, and listed in the title. I'm tuning in.
Yes, Hakeem, it's a good thing that you do tune in tonight. Now, here's the thing: if you want to support us, Mandrell and Shushu, the Cash App and the PayPal is scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. That's where you send the money that comes directly to us. Now, last week, you people are very generous, and we are eternally grateful.
Right.
Times are hard. Inflation is high. Okay. Interest rates are retarded.
Ridiculous.
Yes. So every little bit helps.
That it does.
You know what I'm saying? Every little bit helps. So there it is down there. Oh, start up again. Oh, there it is.
Oh, Lord.
You have to be quicker than that. Cash App, PayPal, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. There we go. So send it to that. And, if you send a message to us, we'll read that too. And you don't get any special things for $5, man. I mean, no. Hey,
Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a sticker. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flicker. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change
up. Thanks for the $5. But you broke
dumbass.
That's right. You dumbass. You broke ass could have made it 20, but you didn't. You know what I'm saying? You too broke.
That is horrible. Thank you.
I can't even joke like that though. I can't even do it with a straight face. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. Yeah. That was my Dr. Umar impression. Dr. Umar has actually done Instagram lives where he called people broke and demanded that they send more money.
Right.
Yeah. Pay for the $10, brother.
Right.
You could have made it 20, but your broke ass probably can't afford it.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, what?
Next time make it 20. Donate.
Right. Next time make it 20. I'm like,
gifts.
gifts, donations. Donate. How much is gas in the Gump? $5, man. $5, Dre.
A gallon.
Yeah. So thanks for the gallon of gas. Andre Terry is here. Thank you for coming. Always here every week. Jenny, the beautiful and awesome Jenny Morena is in the house. Yes, she is. No captivity with Freezy. He's here. Andre Terry.
I think now we're saying hello to the same people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, Beautifully Animated Speaks is here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to announce this later on as well. We are going to do another show called Analyzing the Black Woman.
Examining the Black Woman.
Yeah, that one. There you go. It's your topic.
Shahrazad Ali started this conversation.
Yes, we're going to do, say it again.
Shahrazad Ali started this.
No, the beginning. Analyzing
the Black
Woman. Shahrazad Ali started this conversation. Yes, we're going to be doing that. Okay, so tune in for that. Stay tuned for that. Not tonight, but maybe next week. No, maybe next week or the week after. One of the two. Yeah. We have a cash out from Andre Williams. It's $30. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Yes, you get one of these. Give him the Black David. Yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for the $30. Very, very grateful. Now, tonight's topic is called How the Black Man Lost Black Women to Feminism. Shahrazad Ali started this conversation. I know that title got your attention, and it wasn't clickbait. We really do intend to, we are talking about this. So, Shook?
Yeah.
Well, you adopted, you and I both adopt some things from feminism, right? Like I believe in women's right to vote, women's right to work, you know what I mean? A woman's right to earn a living, the whole 9 yards. And so do you, right? Okay. How did Black men lose Black women to feminism, of all things? Hey, peace, love.
Hey, peace, love. Well, what it is I think when I hear conversations about feminism and how I've heard quite a few Black men say, Black women like ruin their families and everything because of feminism. And the argument sounds as though it's like Black men think that Black women were naive and like, fooled into this whole movement or these ideals. But the issue is, I think Black men got it wrong. The naive ones in the situation were them. Because if Black women were so happy and were so, content with their situations, then they never would have bought into feminism in the first place. There had to be something about it that they could relate to, that drew them into it. So it's not like they were just like, these white women came along like, hey, you know what? You should be, you should defy your man. You should do this. You should do that. You don't need that man in your life. And they was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. We do need to defy our men and just be, kick them out of our homes and, and be single mothers and like, no. What it says is there was already like, some kind of crack in the Black household anyway, in the Black family anyway, in the relationship between men and women. Second wave feminism. So the whole second wave feminist movement was all about equal pay. It was all about that's what the ones who are like pushing for like gender equality, reproductive rights. What else? Oh, and women being treated as equals, basically. And I mean, I hate to say it, but like when if you look at the relationship dynamics and you listen to some of the conversations that Black men have, in terms of like, you know, a man, he works, he pays the bills, he comes home, and just because I come home, she should be happy. Well, what are you doing inside that home? Like, are you actually nourishing or like, you know, making her feel like she's a person, making her feel like, you know, what she says matters? Or are you just making her feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm just a baby making factory. I'm just, you know, somewhere for you to climb on top of me and do your business. I'm just another accessory in your household. Because, you know, and I've heard Black men say too, oh, well, your happiness doesn't matter. Well, apparently it does. Apparently it does.
You've heard people say your happiness doesn't matter?
Yeah. Your happiness doesn't matter. Marriage is about duty and responsibility. Well, okay. Well, apparently they thought different.
Then how do you help them maintain a relationship?
My sentiments exactly.
Okay.
Maintaining a relationship, like you know, actually fortifying the emotional and mental well-being of a person. Like, you know, that if it was, I don't want to say never considered, but like it just kind of fell by the wayside. And let's just be honest, a lot of Black men adopted that patriarchal mentality. And here it is, if you treating your woman the same way Black, you know, white men treating a woman, the same way the feminists who started this whole movement about you know, this war against patriarchy and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's how you lost your woman to it.
Okay. Well, I have some thoughts on that.
Which
all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's not entirely accurate. True, there were cracks in the. But before we get to my answer, we have to go to the Cash Apps, not Super Chats, people. For the people who just getting here, Cash Apps. If you're looking to donate to us and the show, the Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now, along with the PayPal. You can donate either way. So, from Brian, $1.17. I'm trying not to laugh, but it's a 17 cents part. It's a 17 cent, man. Wait, it is coming. You know what it is.
What? Because you're an asshole, Mandrell.
It means I do come and said, you know what it is. Hashtag Mandrell. It's a 17 cents is getting me though. Like what? Oh, we have another one from Frederick Brooks. For Big Drelly and Shushu, $10. Thank you very much to both Von Bryant and Frederick Brooks. Fred, you're gonna get some Koreans or some shit.
Some Koreans or some shit.
Yeah. Roll it.
I'm back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Diamond. Back in my bag and I ain't gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in a pair of heels. Yeah, she be riding on that thing like a Ferris wheel. Yeah.
Okay, now, yeah, what you said is not entirely accurate. There is truth to it, definitely. Definitely truth to it. So, it's true, there were already cracks in the
Black family.
The Black family, yeah. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, that comes from generations and generations of struggle and strife, and you know, not being able to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
And so, let's talk about like the Black. There were a lot of I guess because I hate to use the word toxic, but like there was a lot of domestic violence in Black relationships, a lot more than we like to talk about, especially when you're talking about a silent generation who certain things that secrets and stuff like that. Yeah, they did keep secret. And let's just be real. All on our mother's side, like all our aunts except like our oldest aunt and even our grandmother experienced like domestic violence. On our dad's side, like you know how grandmama and granddaddy relationship was, and that's not something that our father would talk to us about, or well, our mother would talk to us about, her family a little bit, but it's our grandfather was an alcoholic and he would come home crazy drunk, jumping on them and stuff like that. And because of that, my mom always said she never wanted a man who drank or smoked. And the same token, like I can remember, like our grandparents on my father's side, like they fought, like physically fought, like fought. You know what I mean? In today's modern time, like our grandmother would be advised to like get out of that. Like, why would you stay in a relationship like that?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yep. And there's a lot of that going on. Got it. But here's the thing. The black men would drink out of depression. You know what I'm saying? Because you remember in that era, there's not much that they could do. Right. And they wanted to do more, but simply weren't allowed to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Largely. So, I mean, of course they got depressed and down and then they drink. But the mistake, the twist is that the mistake of drinking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you come in your own one because you're already pissed off at how your life is. You want to do better, but you can't. So you're angry. So you drink to numb the pain. Right. Problem is, alcohol is just going to exacerbate aggression. Right.
Emotional damage.
Yep. So you had a lot of that. Now, we have from Hakeem a cash app of $1.13. His comments for, here you go, you ungrateful son of a bitch.
Hey! I was so good.
All right. Dre Blanc.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up.
Yeah, educated feet. I like that. Dre Blanco, your president, sent us $20.01.
Listen, change add up, okay? I
ain't change, people.
I ain't bougie like my brother. Listen, let me tell you something. Thank you for all the donations to the Help a Sister, Help a Brother Out Fund. You know what I'm saying? It's hats off. There's the Help a Sister, Help a Brother Out Fund. We take cash, check, credit, debit, WIC, EBT. We take super chats. We take all of that. And for y'all newfangled techies, we take Bitcoin and Venmo, all that. You know what I mean? But for this here platform right here, we accept Cash App, PayPal. So all donations are accepted. Thank you on behalf of both Mandrell and Shushu, okay? Because Shushu ain't bougie like that, all right? Change add up, all right?
Right. That man cutting up tonight, isn't she? All right, we got one more from Von Bryant says, just kidding. He says $10. Thank you very much, Von Bryant.
Thank you, Von.
Let's roll dealer's choice, man. You choose whichever one you want to do. Right. So back to my point. Thank you, everybody, for the donations thus far. Remember, everyone who wants to donate, the Cash App and the PayPal is scrolled at the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much. Also, so black men would drink heavily because of their depression, because of their life situation. You have a family of however many children, and it was crazy because that's a lot to deal with. You have to provide for your family. You want to do better for your family, but you're just simply not allowed to, right? And you want your kids to have a better life. You just simply can't do anything to help them, so you feel trapped. So they drink to numb the pain. The twist, alcohol enhances aggression. and they come home already pissed off with their life, how their life is, and anything in the house will just set them off. You know what I'm saying? So you did have domestic violence in the household during that era, a lot more than we could either realize or admit to. There's a lot of it. So I admit to that. Now here comes feminism. Now feminism, the common misunderstanding is that people say that feminism was allowed to persist and go on because it was used to quell down the civil rights movement. Mm-hmm. It didn't quell. What did it quell down? Nothing. Here's the thing. They thought it would, but here's the real reason why feminism was allowed to go on. Mm-hmm. Taxes. Taxes. That's it. That is the true story. That is the true story behind the story. Here's the way to look at it. If you can get women out of the house from being housewives and into the workplace on the job, they have to pay taxes.
Yeah.
More tax revenue for us. So why not let them come out here and protest and whatnot? Why not let them have it? So you send word down the pipe. Hey, let them have. That's why white women got the right to vote long before black women did. Mm-hmm. See, when they got the right to vote, feminism won the right to vote, right?
Right.
Black women were still not allowed to vote.
Right. Yeah.
So we didn't get the right to vote as African Americans until the 60s.
Right.
We didn't get civil rights till the 60s.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, it's all this feminist stuff, and black women were helping the feminist movement because it was a women's issue, and black women wanted to win for women's issues. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's understandable. However, it didn't affect them because at the end of the day, although you're a woman and women's rights won and feminism won, you're still black. You know what I'm saying? So all the preaching of the feminist movement sounded appealing, though, because if your life is absolute shit, and if there's a chance that it could get better, wouldn't you jump on? Anyone would jump on that. Anyone would jump on the opportunity, the chance to make your life better. So it sounded appealing. And while that was going on, the black men at that time, they were fighting the man head on.
Yeah,
they were actually fighting the actual government full in the face, worldwide stage. Mm-hmm. So people around the world know about the civil rights movement, how African Americans did that. They know about the Black Panther movement. They know about the Nation of Islam and all the things the Nation of Islam did. So we're on a worldwide battleground fighting the man himself face to face.
Right.
And let's face it, it was just a perfect storm of toxicity that was not necessarily our fault. You understand?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we were just responding to current circumstances that we could not change.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It unfortunately it bled over into other stuff. And here you have it. I mean, now feminism sounded good to it's going to sound good to women. It's going to sound good. Now here's the thing. The twist is that while other races benefited from feminism, they never threw away what they had. They never threw away their customs and traditions and feelings of family, even though they didn't have the same grievances and circumstances we did. So they didn't have the same complaints. They didn't have the same horror stories that we did. They weren't going through the same things. Mm-hmm. So when black women actually rolled the wave of feminism, started getting good jobs and education and all that, they got everything they wanted. Mm-hmm. But present day, because I'm correlating to the present day, you got everything you wanted, but you lost everything you had. And now we're starting to see which one was more valuable.
Well, here's a caveat to that too. And I think that this part of the conversation doesn't want to be acknowledged or has yet to be acknowledged. Mm-hmm. Along with women making our own money, making more money, what happened is, now women don't have to sit in situations like that where they have to put up with a man who's drinking or, verbally abusing them, more or less physically abusing them, a man who has a whole nother family on the other side of town or has a whole nother woman and keeping up that relationship going. And no longer does she have to make these excuses for herself that, a man gonna be a man, or I just gotta wait it out, because now she can leave because she has the means to support herself and her children. Back then, a lot of times women stayed in those situations because they didn't have the means to support themselves, more or less their children.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah.
It's the truth. Like, so what are your options? Either I can be on the street, or I can try and go back to my family and be shamed, or I can stay in this situation that is completely and totally unfavorable. But I can stay here for the sake of my children and for the sake of having somewhere to go, because I can't do it on my own.
Well, okay, I have a reply to that. Mm-hmm. Not pushback, but a reply. Mm-hmm. But before that, we have another Cash App from Hakeem the Dream. $12.11.
Hey, that's
$6. Change, man. Look, you asked for
that's $6. I appreciate it. Appreciate
it. His message, I got you, with a winky face. Okay, play something. Yeah. Get it. Hey.
Sorry.
Look. So listen.
Oh wait, I do want to address this. Isaiah Jr. B says, "Do women need men?" Just asking. Well,
depends on what she wants.
Yeah, it depends on what she wants.
Yeah, here's the thing: if you want to have a family, yeah, you need one.
Yeah.
You need one. You want to raise a well-rounded and give your child a well-rounded child into a well-rounded adult. You want to give that kid the best possible chance of living a very fulfilling and prosperous life. You're gonna need a man. You can't do it on your own, because the kid needs both teachings from the man and the woman. You need both. You know what I'm saying?
Well, can I pose this
go ahead.
question or into the conversation? Okay, so I mean, which situation is better? Is it like, let's say, like, for instance, when circumstances were like back in the day, you had tumultuous situations in the household. That dynamic was there was, let's just, call it what it was. There were like more domestic violent relationships than we like to acknowledge. Like, even now there are a lot more domestic violence relationships than we like to acknowledge, but people don't want to talk about it. It's not a favorable thing. But which one is better? Is it better for me to have this man in my household who's drinking, he coming in, cussing me out, cussing my children out, a man who got some kind of gambling problem, or a man who got other side women and stuff like that, or is it better for me to stay in that situation, or just being on my own when I can fend for myself?
No, you're looking at it wrong.
You gotta ask myself that.
Your perspective is skewed. The problem is that, okay, Big Mama, people's Big Mamas and Mud Deer and Annie Lynn and Tammy Lynn's and all them went through that, right? The older generation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. They went through that, and that's messed up. So by the time their kids came of age, they were stuck. They had to stay in it, right, for the sake of the children, because where the hell are they gonna go?
Right.
Where are they gonna go? You know what I'm saying? So what they did wrong was they taught their women wrong. They taught the kid and the men too. They taught their kids wrong. They taught the women, get educated, get a job, make your own money, so you don't have to depend on a man. So you will never need a man. They taught that lesson. That was the wrong lesson. What you should hold on, stop. Let me finish.
All women.
Let me finish. All women think. Hold on. Let me finish.
All women weren't taught that.
Yes, you were.
They did push education, go to school so you can get a better job, better paying job. Now they did.
And you don't have to depend on the man.
Women typically the women who came up and who were single.
You didn't let me finish.
Who were single mothers taught.
You didn't let me finish.
Well, go ahead, finish then.
That was the lesson that was
dumbass.
Thank you. That was the lesson that was being taught. Okay, every woman, black woman, got that lesson at some point in time in their life. You were told that.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You heard it from a friend of yours from school or somebody. I ain't saying
I didn't
mama
hear it
taught
from
you.
my mama.
Of course, I ain't telling you mama taught
Our
you.
mother didn't teach me that.
Yeah, because mama got sense.
Which is what I'm saying. The point I was trying to make.
No, let me finish. Shut up. Let me finish.
What I was trying to make is that
you gonna let me finish?
When typically single mothers taught their
talking.
daughters that. Right. Because right, you're right. I am gonna keep talking. So
go ahead.
Single mothers typically taught their daughters go to school and get your education because you don't need a man. Married women, I would say this: married women taught their daughters go to school, get your education and stuff like that, and keep you a side account, side money, in case that man want to step out, in case things don't work out. Now you're not stuck in a situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's what married women taught them. They never taught their daughters, don't get married, don't have a man.
Gotcha.
But just in case you need to step away.
Which is the wrong answer. Again, that's the wrong answer.
Well, my question is this: what should a woman do in a situation like that?
Like what?
Like, I mean,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Bottom line: if you're in a marriage and you got a secret account that your husband doesn't know about, that you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. If you are a man, you have a secret account. You got money stashed away. Your wife don't know about that. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. Full stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You are wrong. Okay. If you're married, both parties need to be all in from the get-go. All in. Okay. Both parties. And here's the thing. Now, I don't care what you were taught. You were taught wrong if you were taught other than that. Now, we were not, that women were clearly, I'm not saying every single solitary one, but in the general, most women were not taught to cooperate with men. And most men were not taught to cooperate with women. That's why you got so many sluts out there. You got so many dudes slinging peen left, right, and center in society. You weren't taught shit. People have been raising kids, but not teaching them. You know what I'm saying? That's all they've been doing is just they had a kid, they fed it for a few years and sent it out into the world.
Yeah.
How many parents help their kids with homework?
Right, yeah.
And then complain when the kid comes home with bad grades.
Right.
You feel me? So parenting styles, particularly in the black community, since black women were largely left holding the bag because the government was at our ass, at our throats. And the government, here's what they figured out. They figured out what our weakness was, and they took full advantage of it. They found out that the black man's only weakness, because we were kicking their ass.
Right.
We were winning.
Right, yeah.
Okay, by a huge margin. Black men were whipping the government's ass. They found out that the black man's only weakness is his love for the black woman. You were our weakness. You were the only way that they could even create a weak link. So they came after you, and they got you. Now, I'm not saying it's entirely your fault. The circumstances, as we discussed earlier, the circumstances were certainly not ideal. There's a lot of toxicity there, and it wasn't entirely our fault. You know what I'm saying? Look at the landscape of the country, the state of the union, segregation, you know what I'm saying? Mass murders like Tulsa and Rosewood. And there's nothing we could do about it. No one's held accountable. What are you left to do? Your family's scared, and you're the man. You're the one who leads your family. What does that do to your psyche?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you have to take all that into consideration as to why black men would go drinking and carrying on to numb the pain. And then your lady and your baby is looking at you like, Daddy, what we gonna do? And here's the thing: in that situation, what the fuck do you do?
Right. Well, here's the thing too. Like you were saying, like when black men go to the bottle, that's why black men were so susceptible to, like when the crack epidemic happened and when cocaine and all of that were placed in black communities. That's how we fell victim so easily for that.
This is weird. Hold on.
What happened?
We got a cash out from Jenny Morena for $19.82.
So for what?
For $19.82.
Listen, change adds up, okay?
She says,
She being bougie. I'm not being bougie, okay?
For the best
All
sibling,
amounts are welcome.
For the best sibling duo, much love to you.
Thank
you,
you, Diddy.
Muchas gracias, Gina Morena.
Don't finna jump for this shit. Up top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rap shit. I'm so out of line with the phrase game. Let's take a break, been a long day. Hit your line with your phone.
Now here's the thing. The Blooming Ebony says it does make sense for a woman to have something. Does it have to be hidden? No, but women should have a retirement account and savings just in case something happens to their husbands. Yes, they should, but I should also have my name on those accounts. I should have access to that money. Period. There's nothing that's yours in a marriage. There's nothing that's mine in a marriage. All that shit that we have is ours. Every red cent. Ours.
Well, another thing too, a plan needs to be in place in case something happens to
Absolutely. No one's saying that doesn't take place, but that you shouldn't have plans. You should always have plans and contingencies just in case things happen. Because you're at any given time, all of us are just one mistake away from sleeping under a bridge.
Yeah.
At any given time. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire. You are one mistake away from being dirt fucking poor. Right? So what I'm saying is there's far too much that was against the black community. And it was just doomed to fail. Once they got their hooks into the black woman, and oh hey Shy Cutie, how you doing? I love Shy Cutie. She she does a show on Twitch with Kawaii Bree. She's a friend of mine, Shy Cutie. She's cool people. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, the thing is, all that going on, and once they got the hooks into the black woman bought it into it hook, line, and sinker because it seemed like a breath of fresh air. It was an option. It was a way to make things better. You know what I'm saying? Or so they thought. Now they made the twist, the mistake. They didn't hold on to the traditions of family and whatnot. Now I'm not saying black men's hands are clean because they're not. You know what I'm saying? You got no business cross town with other women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Making babies with other chicks. You got no business doing that. That's dead wrong, especially if you're Christian and you believe in monogamy.
Right.
That's wholly and completely wrong. $6.19 cash app. Yeah, he does. He did. Paul Bennett sent us $6.19 cash app.
Y'all need cash.
You know what? For the $16 for the $6.19, at least I can get it. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. At least I can get me a gallon of gas. Thanks for that $6 you just sent me, bro. Thanks for that $6 you just sent me, bro. Appreciate it. $6.19. All right, now here's the thing. Thank you, Mr. Bennett, for that.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
Here's the thing. You can't. Now it's at the point where we're so separated and divided. Right. And the biggest problem is the selfishness. We're only looking out for ourselves. People who want, even the vast majority of people who want to be married, they want it on their own terms. They want their spouse to behave a certain way, move a certain way, and that's it. That's what they want. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the tradition. They don't really care about what the other person wants and how they want you to move. Right. You want me to do all these things. What's up, Thanos? Hey, Thanos. You want me to do all these things. You want me to cut your grass, wash your car,
that's
pay
right.
these bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure I got insurance policies in place in case something happens to me.
That's right.
Being out on the street, all right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here are the 3 things I want from you. No, I ain't got to do that.
Yeah, right. Why should I?
I got to do all this shit I don't want to do.
All right.
And that's what you get. That is what you get 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. Okay, this comment. Read this comment. I believe in separate and combined bank account. Read it.
You started it.
You don't want to get your contacts in or whatever. I don't have my glasses with me.
Lord,
in fact, I don't even know where they are. I gotta
I believe in separate and combined. Beautifully Animated Speaks says, I believe in separate and combined bank accounts for both parties. Plus, you don't need to know what I'm doing with my money all the time. That's how you get surprises.
Listen, it's not about me looking in your bank account and seeing what you're doing with your money, but my name needs to be on your account, just as yours needs to be on mine. Period. You can have that account to do what you want with it, but my name needs to be on it. Because say, God forbid, something happens to you, I want to get inside that account to that money so I can give it to our child.
Right.
I can't do that because my name ain't on it. I got to bring death certificates, proof of marriage, all this other crazy bullshit. When I could have you could just made it so simple. I could just walk to the bank, close the account, got the money, put it into our kids' account.
Yeah.
I could have made that so simple. 5-10 minutes tops. Mm-hmm. No, I got to go downtown and get all this paperwork. Well, you can just do that. No, how about fuck that? How about we just make this shit easy? Let's handle business now so that we don't run into problems later. That's the plan.
Jenny said the pussy took your glasses. That damn cat.
Yeah, she.
Emotional, damn it.
Oh, Lord.
Here's the thing. Now, I can have my account where I do whatever I want with it. It's the play around money. You know what I'm saying? You do what you want with it. And this, that, and the other, right? And she can have her account where she just does whatever with it, whatever. But her name is going to be on my account if we're married, and my name is going to be on hers. Both our names are going on everything. Authorized uses of the credit cards, whole 9 yards, 401ks, Roth IRAs, all that. We should have, you're married. You're one. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. Period. We're building this together, right?
Right.
One big pot.
Right.
And we're gonna make this shit. Hold on. We're gonna make this shit as easy and simple as possible. Mm-hmm. When it comes to business, you know me. I'm not fucking around.
Right. I was just gonna read Mr. Bobby Wright comment.
Yeah, bring Mr. Bobby Wright's comment again. What he says seems like.
He said, so don't worry, I got it. See, put your glasses on. Seems like a lot of people want to be individuals while being together instead of having a plan and being a unit. Of course, every relationship isn't going to be exactly the same. You know what? You are absolutely right. And I think a big part of the issue is that so much trust has been broken in our community. So much trust has been broken. And
we've been taught that way.
It trust, it was, once it was broken, that was passed down. So now it's like, and there's the separation between Black men and Black women, like that gap has widened to a point where it's like, it's hard, very, very hard, very difficult to get it back. Very difficult. And let me say this, like, regardless of how you feel about feminism, like some of the principles, like some of the things that, like, as far as like having the right to vote, having equal opportunity to jobs, having like reproductive rights, all of that, like being seen as a human being and not as an object, all of that I'm for. But it's like what ended up happening was it got out of hand. It got out of hand, because if you look at feminism now, we in this third wave going into a fourth wave, and it's really like ridiculously out of hand.
We're in fourth wave.
Yeah, it's just ridiculously out of hand.
It is. It is absolutely out of hand, and it's to the point where you need to burn it. Yeah, you need to burn. Feminism needs to be killed with fire. It does. I really believe that. Now we have a cash app from Anthony Ingram for $25, and it says for shoo. Oh, stop shooting your shot.
That's awesome. I'll take it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Anthony.
Stop shooting your shot.
Hey, listen, you never know. You might make it.
They got to go through me first.
Oh, Lord.
Good luck.
Don't be scared.
Good luck.
Hello, Mandrell, you still there? No, of course this asshole walks off in the middle of a live. Like you see.
All right.
So let me tell you something. So this is why you ain't got to worry about being scared, honey. Anthony and Anthony Hink, any other contenders, y'all, you ain't got to be afraid because this right here, he just leaves me out here by my damn self in the middle of a live. Right? That's what you do.
All right, well, check it out. Listen, we have another one.
B9, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, B9? B9 is my dude. I like B9. B9 has nothing but respect from me. You hear me?
Right.
B9 is a standard dude in my book. We have none from a James for $19.17. Fucking 17 cents, man. You people in this change. I don't know where you people in this change. Damn. Listen. $19.17 for keeping the party going.
Okay. Usually I don't do this, but y'all go ahead and keep the party going.
Yeah, give him some dancing or whatever.
Give him dancing.
That money clip us now, the new now looks like. Whoa, upgrade her diamonds now, her girlfriends are like. Whoa.
That is ridiculous. No one dances like that. No one dances like that.
Obviously, he does.
No one dances like that. Not even nerds.
Just terrible.
All right. Anyway.
I got a line with a bunch of hey. I said, Tia next door. How you doing? Had to get a snack. I'm so done. What up? What we know? Mandrell, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
He said, stand down, Anthony.
Listen, so check it out. All right, here's the thing. Yeah, we lost to feminism because of a lot of different things, and like I said, it ain't black man's fault. It really isn't. If you look at the root cause, it really isn't black man's fault because all the stuff you complain about, black men did this and women suffer because of black men. Well, what made the black man do that? It wasn't you. You had no power. So you have to look at the root cause. You're still looking at black men as the cause of your ire, and it is not. That was the trick. That was the trick. That's how they got you.
Well, I think
stop. Stop. They came to you, pointed the finger at us, and said, he's the problem. He's the reason why you live in such squalor. He's the reason why you around here getting beaten up. He hits you like that? Oh, sorry, Miss Black Woman. You shouldn't have to deal with that. Come on here with us. We got these nice programs over here.
And men with attitudes like that. Like, no, I'm not done. Don't overtalk me. Don't overtalk
me. I wasn't done.
It's how black men lost black women to feminism because you overtalk us.
Thank you.
Exactly. That's what y'all tell us. Shut up.
Yeah.
You don't listen to nothing. You just come home, want your dinner, and just want us to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. That's
we don't actually. We don't. Well, I don't. I don't want you. I need somebody with a fucking brain who I can talk to, hold a conversation. Yeah. I don't need someone who just sit there looking pretty and order in restaurants. That's all you know how to do. Lay on your back and order in restaurants. No, thank you. You're boring. You're lame. I'm out.
Right. Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Right. We got one from Queen Smiley. $15.43.
You're so big for this change.
She said she's gonna do a little shoulder rock too.
Hey,
that's a message sent. Admin, you're being messy.
Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, too much.
So moving along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dumbass.
That's right. Dumbass.
Why I gotta be all that? I'm just, yes, Shy Cutie. This is how it's done over here. Okay.
Oh my
And so yeah. She said she was gonna check the show out one of these days. I'm glad she's here.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, that's how the enemy got to you. They blamed us when they were the cause of all our pain and strife and things like that. There wasn't much that Black women could do to help us, deal with that, because no one knew what mental health was. They were still calling PTSD shell shock back then from World War I and World War II.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you had Korea and Vietnam going on. No one knew much about mental health during that time. There was no studies. The studies that were being done were done in asylums. So,
Well, I think the biggest disappointment for Black women is that as the leaders of the community, you, I don't want to say failed, but like you were weakened. You know what I mean? And I think just for Black women, that was a huge disappointment.
What? Well, here's the thing. And then the whole crack epidemic came in. People said, well, Black men this, Black men that with the crack epidemic. You got to understand what time that happened. Okay? That time was the next generation who came in, the young kids, because Black people were still poor. You just got civil rights in 64, 65. Civil rights and voter rights in 64 and 65. Yes, everybody, if you want to join the conversation, we are now dropping the link. Click the link and join the conversation. 64, 65, right? So now you have the young kids coming up. And then you got Joe Schmo on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, kid, come over here. So you want to make some money?
Yeah.
And then he puts his soldiers on the street. And his other dope dealer who works on the other block, who has the other block, he puts his soldiers on the street. And it spreads like that. No one's asking how this shit is getting into the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward 30 years. Fast forward 30 years later.
Snowfall talks it. Like, that's what that whole series is about.
I don't watch Snowfall because John Singleton is a prick. He didn't pay Freeway Rick Ross for using his story. He's a prick. Fuck him in the ear. Now
the story out there was a story people needed to hear.
You should have paid the man if you're using a story. So it's just like with Hulu doing with Mike Tyson's story. They're taking it and didn't pay him. And I love Mike Tyson. So I rock with Mike Tyson. Heavy. So Mike said he ain't gonna watch it. I ain't gonna watch it either. Now here we have, before we get to our guest, honored guest. First time on the platform. Well, not the platform, but the show. Okay. We're gonna go with this Cash App from James Tiberius Kirk. I'm sorry. I don't know if the person wants me to put his government out there. I've been putting people's government name out there. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting messages too, like, hey man, don't tell nobody my name. Fair enough.
And then you just
leave the message. It's like, leave the message there. You want me to use your name anyway? For $2.22 for 2 Black and Miles. I don't smoke Black and Miles, bro. We got somebody in the chat. Shout out to the Great Pill Podcast. Go over to the Great Pill Podcast, people. Like and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you can get all of the exclusive content over there. Shout out to JT, the What We Know Podcast. Everybody, another fantastic channel. Go over there, subscribe. Go to the notification bell. Click that thing so you can get his exclusive content. I go over there on Saturday nights, and we have a ball over there. Okay. Heat 45, Coke 45. I believe in one pot too. If you're married, you don't fuck around with it. You're married. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is motherfucking mine too.
Oh Lord.
One big pot. Both of our names goes on everything, and I do mean everything.
Oh Lord.
Mr. Bennett, you got an echo. And we have another returning. We have a returning champion.
Signing. It's good to see you.
Yeah, we have a returning champion.
Hey,
signing shit.
Hello, Shoo.
Yeah. Hank, you was up here first. So give us give us something, man. Talk some sense into my little sister. Come on, brother-in-law.
Hey, I'm working, baby. I'm working on some things.
I approve, by the way.
I'm behind the scenes working on some things, man, girl, just to get it all right. So I got to come up, sneak in to see what her mindset is sometimes. Yeah, I got to come check her mindset out, make sure she all the way right for me.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this person is, but we got a cash app. It says, it said $1.11 for put your glasses on.
Yes,
Mr. Blind Man.
Thank you. Yes.
Hey man,
they're horrible.
They just messing with you.
Yeah, they are, man. They kind
of messing with you.
Put your glasses on, Mr. Blind Man. All right, Hank. Give us your take on the situation, man. I mean, why black men lost black women to feminism?
I don't know, man. Them white women, bro, they got them tamed, man. They wanted their hair, you know what I'm saying? They wanted their look, and they wanted some of their mindset. I guess that's one of the things, is the reason why they're doing it. I don't know. It's a sad state that has happened, unfortunately. But, we're going to get them back, though, man. There's only a matter of time.
I don't think so.
Nah, one sister at a time, baby. One sister at a time.
Yeah, we're going one at a time. Back to the. I don't think so. I think it's done. Hey, beautifully animated. Thank you for coming.
That was my dollar. That was my $1.
$1.11.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Put your glasses on, Mr. Blind Man.
Thank you.
$1.11.
Is that all
You're horrible, man. Those are the cash apps we get.
Is that all it's gonna take, man, girl, to get your glass on that $1.19?
That's what I'm saying, right?
But 1.11.
Keisha and Hank, I just want to say congratulations to y'all. I was at the Justice of Peace when y'all got married last weekend. And Mandrell, shout out to you and your shoes. Man, those shoes were popping you got from the Baby Gap. They were good.
Y'all are awful. Every single one of you.
Those Baby Gap shoes you were rocking.
We ain't signed it
already. Yeah, what's up?
We got someone else up here with half a brain at least. Tell us, why did black men lose black women to feminism?
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say this because there's a lot of things that you guys said I took deference to. So first and foremost, black women never belonged to black men, right? When we look at daughters of the slave trade, right, the Portuguese slavers married black women to establish slave trade roots for the first 200 years of slavery. Gloria Steinem and Time magazine said she learned feminism from black women. On the plantation, when they had us, the black woman was over the black male slave, which they got that methodology from Rome. She never belonged to us. And even when we talk about domestic violence, they use the Duluth model from Ellen Pence and Kimberly Crenshaw, a black woman, who even said that all that domestic violence shit was bullshit. And they used in the Duluth model. Any psychologist would tell you that's bullshit. Black women never belonged to us. And that's a fact. And we never lost them because we never had them. And after Jim Crow, we saw the real intentions. They split, left off, and did what they wanted to do. Right now, that's not shade. That's just facts. I'll pass the mic.
All right. Can't argue with that. Next person up is Mr. Paul Bennett.
Good evening.
Yeah, drop some of that wisdom like that. Hey, we ain't signed this. Set the bar pretty freaking high.
Hey, that's the first time. That's the first time I'm hearing that. Certainly, I'm not going to dispute what he said. I was going to say that basically it was mostly they were sold. It's like buying a timeshare. You buy the timeshare, then once you get in, it's hard to get out. Because I was listening to you had the sister a couple years ago, Tamika Mallory, and she was a feminist organizer. And in fact, they were organizing for this march on Washington with the women. But they ran into some friction because she started to embrace other voices that the feminist movement didn't want to hear. She was a defender of Louis Farrakhan, which certainly caused a lot of strife. And she was being accused of being an anti-Semite. And she was an early supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, which also put her on the out. So So it seemed like with her, she got frustrated because it seems like they're okay with a black woman being a feminist as long as you're not black. So I think with her, I think that caused a lot of strife as well with her not being a part of that organization anymore. And I think for some women out there, you're starting to see that a lot of them are saying, hey, yeah, it sounded good initially, but when you start to look at what the true agendas was, it wasn't necessarily about when black women were calling up black issues, and that's where you get the pushback from a lot of feminists. So I was going to go in that direction on it. But based on your topic, I actually met Shahrazad Ali. In fact, I was an organizer at my college, my organization. We actually brought her to our Rutgers campus to speak. And I got to tell you, at the time, it was pandemonium. I mean, in terms of getting the events scheduled, we got a lot of pushback from the African Student Congress and a lot of the women in the African Student Congress. In fact, we had to change up the program where she was going to be basically the keynote speaker, but we had to change it up and we had to have a feminist professor on the same panel with her in order to do the event. So then there was a lot of back and forth in terms of she didn't necessarily want to do it. So she, the fact that you brought that up as a topic, it definitely brought up a lot of memories of how we were able to pull that event off. But it was chaotic the entire night. We had fire marshals. We sold out, the entire campus, and it was, it was like I said, it was a miracle that we got her off with all the chaos that ensued from it. So this issue, just to say, this issue goes way back over 30-something years ago. And it's still, it's still fresh today. But I would say this about her. My only critique is, just dealing with her personally. I don't think, even though what she was saying a lot of things she was saying might have been factual. I don't know if her intentions were necessarily in the right place. I think she found a hot button issue that she can exploit, and she certainly exploited for what it was worth. But I don't know if she was necessarily in it to necessarily help people. But I think she exploited an opportunity. That's just my opinion, just my personal dealings with her. So that's all.
Gotcha. But I'll tell you this much: whether she had good intentions or not, she was right.
Oh yeah, like I said, she had
good intentions or not, she was right.
She was kind of right.
But she wasn't.
Yeah,
she wasn't a crusader by no means. I don't think.
Gotcha. We have another cash app from CJ from the 5100 podcast. 5100. Read it, CJ. Right. I'm still on you about that name, CJ. You and your partner over there. 5100 podcast. He sends us $1. His message: you little garden Mandrell, you little garden gnome.
You got a garden gnome.
And he's from Tennessee, so he got that accent too.
Right. Yeah. $1. Y'all awful, man. I tell you, $15.43. These shit sound like grocery totals.
Shut the fuck up.
The grocery store.
Sounds like the price is right.
How that $2.22 come at you? I knew
for two black and miles, JT. Yeah, he's the one that sent that, Shamaria. For 2 black and miles.
Hey, he don't smoke black mouth. Mandrell's more of a tops guy, baby.
Right.
Dusto, aka Scam Likely, aka Dustmaster General.
Pretty much. I'll be running for the president of Dustosphere soon.
Gotcha.
Black women lost black women in feminism. If they're lost, let them go.
Let them go?
No, honestly, we can talk about, in 1422, the white man said to the black woman that okay, it was said. Well, in 1686, the slave masters, and they actually captured okay, it happened. Here's the deal. There are women over here. There's men over here. The men are saying, hey, I want woman. I want woman. Look decent. Be decent, be loyal, and do some stuff. The woman over there said no. Me personally, I'm about six wigs away from divesting my damn self.
Dumbass.
We're down to 5. But I personally don't know. Don't care what happened in 1822, 1946. Most women said no. There are a few women who are saying, maybe there's something to work with. There ain't but 6 of those. And then there's 3 of them who actually want to be wives.
Right.
If they want to go to feminism and go and do whatever, let them do it.
And of those 3, 2 of them already married.
Yeah, if that's what they want to do, you can't beat them into it. You can't take a history, philosophy, and study the ancient Roman, Egyptian castles. They said no. Let them go.
There you go.
Try to get one that wants to participate in what you got going on. It ain't like there's something going on over there. Ain't no money in what they got. Fitness over there? No. Money? No.
They ain't in the gym. Because they're not in the gym.
Nothing over there but somebody else's kid, but a whole bunch of out of control wigs and kids. Stay away from
it. Got a fat ass over there, though. They got that ass over there.
Yeah, that's true.
But it can't fit in the doorway. So what do you want with that?
What the hell?
You just hating.
But the men who keep going over there, oh, that ass, man. Those people, some of them be in the chat. Oh my God, look at that. Never seen a woman before. Look at Choo-Choo's eyelids. Them same dudes go out here and go get with Wiggy Smalls and go and try to marry and make a baby out of her. There, 2 weeks later, notorious WIG. They go and pregnate this stuff. The system, man. The government, man. The system, man.
But hold on. Pause for a second. Pause. Shoo. I gotta, correct you on something. Where you talk about black men having extra families somewhere else. Actually, black women had more extra families, and they brought it to the new man and asked him to take care of their kids. Black women have more extramarital families than black men. Okay, please continue, Dusto.
Yeah, honestly, it's not really that productive. I just troll everybody. The Dusty Man, the Wigasword women, just troll them all because they ain't listening.
Wigasword.
But it's no point. You can't grab these women. You're going to be feminine today. Stop making kids. Stop it. They're not going to do it. They said no.
Right. If you come at me like that, it's a no.
We've asked them nicely. In the 70s, excuse me, ma'am, you're getting fat. Can you please stop? No. In the 80s, excuse me, ma'am, them bear claws and 17 tattoos. Can you please stop? No. In 1990s, that wig is blocking it. I mean, it's an eclipse now. I can't even see the sun and it's 2 o'clock because of your wig. Can you please turn the volume down on your wig? Put it on vibrate or something.
I don't have wigs that big, and I don't want nothing vibrating on my head either.
But you know what he's talking about. Wig? Right.
I mean, here.
No, hold on.
The wigs. But you gotta remember, back in the 70s and the 80s, that's when black women were like 100% natural, especially when it came to their hair. Like they were back to rocking afros and like natural looks and braids and stuff like that. So I think it's unfair to say that. As far as the obesity crisis, that wasn't like a big thing like back in the 80s and the 90s. Like somewhere along maybe like the 2000s, like women just started blowing up. I
mean, the men started blowing up too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were fit back then. They were.
Everybody started blowing up. Like anything else, I'm saying they were physically active back then and stuff like that. So they, you know what I'm saying? They were just in their everyday life. They were so active that they naturally held down a good physique. For a long time, you know.
I'm just saying right now.
They don't even want to call them fat no more. They call themselves thick.
I mean, because they're thick before you gotta be thick before you get to fat.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No. They're not getting the job done. They're not. Here's the deal. Overall,
now that's the new term, thick, skinny. Have you heard that?
Every woman who's under 30 around the world, you can see a flat stomach. The majority of them. In America, you cannot.
To America. Right.
Yup, you cannot. In America, you cannot. And that's when y'all started that bullshit thickness. No, if you can't see your 2 bottom ribs, you're fat as a woman. Period.
Damn.
I was considered thick in high school. And I had a 4-pack. So
hold on,
Don't nobody do it. Don't nobody say European standards. Beautifully animated. No.
He said,
how did black men lose black women to feminism?
Huh?
How did black men lose black women to feminism?
Don't know, but don't go over there and try to get them back.
I'm with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're doing things in your household that's making it a toxic situation, you're basically pushing that person, your partner, out the house. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
They can't fit in the house. You ain't got no. What's your options?
I'm talking about how she was like, you know, you're dealing with the angry drunks and stuff like things of that nature. Don't nobody want to stick around with that mess.
Oh, okay, but
black men are not angry drunks. Majority of black men are not angry drunks. You're taking that from Helen Pence, who admits she was wrong.
No, well, we ain't signed. I don't know what kind of relationship you had, like with like your grandparents or like older people. But if you actually listen to their experiences, if you actually listen to like your aunts and uncles and just the stories that they told, like for instance, both of my parents came from like very traumatic, like very domestic violent households. Even with my aunts. On my grandmother's side, on my mother's side, and our father's side, like our father's side, like all that kind of behavior ran rampant. But like my father never talked to us about it directly. It's just you overheard the conversations with my aunts and uncles and my father where they would get together and they would talk about different situations, things that necessarily it's not. You don't talk about it in the public because, of course, that's nothing to be proud of.
Right.
But my thing is, it happened more often than we like to talk about because the silent generation, they weren't going to talk about it because it's nothing to be proud of.
Right.
But the bottom line is, if women are dealing with this, you actually think that they're actually like happy in these situations?
So hold on. No, time out.
Being a fat baby mama.
Time out. What happened during the silent generation was that when the men went to Korean War, they came back to their wives being 3 months pregnant. What happened during the silent generation was black men dealing with the black tax and went to have a drink, right? When you're hearing things about things that happen in your family, that's your family. There's nothing I can say about that. However, that is not the black community at large. That is not.
Yeah, but how do you know?
Because
no. Wait, I wasn't done with my question.
For sure. Shoot.
So, how do you know that? Because we're talking about people who were quiet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the problem. That's the issue of why it's hard to track down.
So
what happened in so many families because
the reason
people
did they fix the problem? Did they fix the problem by doing what they're doing now?
No. But hold on. The problem
did
never
the wigs
existed.
and fat solve the problem?
The wigs though. Wigs have nothing to do with feminism.
Hold on, time out. You're presenting a phantom problem to make the black man less than, and that's the problem. Because number one, that problem didn't exist. Number three, there's checks and balances.
You can't tell me it didn't exist. You can't tell me.
Yes, I can because
no, you cannot because it happened to my family. Just like Shushu and Mandrell is telling you their story. I'm telling you based on my story.
I listen to you. So please let me finish my point. So did it exist in minutia? Absolutely. But did it exist in large? No, because there's checks and balances to incarcerate black men at every step, and that is facts.
But you know what? I'm not saying nothing to put down.
My point was this: in order for black women to actually hop on the coattail of feminism or hop on that,
you started it.
Something had to happen.
There had to be something that appealed to us.
Right.
Like
y'all are doing the very thing though right now on this panel.
You were
black men fighting black women
feminism.
over what happened in 15
White
years.
White women are all the creators or the conspirators, whatever kind of adjective you want to give to them. White women are documented. They learn to fight black women. So I mean, yeah, you can trivialize this, you can make fun of me, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm providing stats, statistics, and facts. on why and how. And this is the things that keep black men less than by accepting
you
this
can't give
bullshit.
stats if there's nothing to.
But fighting back,
there's
black
no
men
chart.
fighting
We're talking about
against black
something that
women
happened in
doesn't
the
fix
60s
anything.
and the 50s.
Right.
What about 2022? What's y'all excuse
Look
now?
at today. Look at today.
What's the excuse now?
Yeah. Hold on. Now, JT. What's women's excuse today, man? And how do we lose? How do we lose them in the first place? And what's their excuse today? Now we know better. We have the data, and we have the means. We have the ability and the means, the resources to do better. But today, so 2022, what the fuck's their problem?
Wigs.
Wigs.
No,
and,
Wigs was a topic from earlier, right?
Hold on. Because beautiful animated, I got a question for you after JT goes. To be fair, JT and Freeze just got up here. I want to get their take on it. I do have, as the women on this panel, I have a question for you ladies. After JT, and we're gonna go to Freezy, and then I'm gonna hit y'all with this question. So I'm just telling you now, so you can be ready. Strap on your seatbelt for this one. JT, what say you, sir? You're muted, old fuck.
But no.
Players fuck up. Shit. Players fuck up. That's why wasn't nobody hearing me. Shit.
Right. No one heard a word you said, man.
I'm like, is this damn mic on?
You silence
I'm hollering and
yourself.
screaming. Right. So let's start with accountability in 2022. And victimhood. So when you're talking about that, they held on to this lie that's been told to them ever since feminism became into the black community. At one point, feminism, and I said this on many of platforms, that it had nothing to do with black women at all. It had anything to do with black women because their problem was not the black man.
Yeah.
That was not their problem. So when you're talking about that, and I have to say this, Shushu, there was no afros really in 1980. It was the Jerry curl.
In the 70s, though, it was, because there was a whole movement with like the natural.
Well, even in it, but even in it, no, it wasn't a movie. It wasn't a movement. It was in the 60s where it was a movement. In the 70s, you had a certain group of people that wore afros, but you had another certain group of people that wore their hair permed. You know, they had their hair. It was before Jerry curl. And then in the 60s, we've always had a problem with the texture and our image and the texture of our hair and all these things. You go back to the 60s, the 50s, you can go back, and it was always a standard of the white American, you know, with women and men. So you had a group of people that, you know, were about the black fists and the afros and everything. But in a nutshell, feminism had nothing to do with the black community at all. It didn't. We were supposed to be, while we was out there fighting against one another, and at that time, black men were pretty much silent. That's why you seen the drinking and you seen the abuse and all these different things, because they didn't have really any way. They didn't feel that they had any way out.
True.
So you had a lot of issues between black men and black women because it was an economic problem that they had, because they were trying to be men. They were trying to take care of their family, but it was very difficult depending on, you know, what era we're talking about. But it was always very difficult for black men to be able to get that done. But when you're really talking about this whole thing of feminism, it was a big lie. One of the biggest lies that they were telling women was that there was this big wage gap between women and men based off of sex. When in actuality, that wage gap, who the hell is
I don't know.
Dusto.
When in actuality, that wage gap was debunked for 4 decades. So then it went from that to now, look where we at. Women are trying to fight for the freedom to kill their babies. This is where we at now. Feminism has always lied to women in particular, specifically black women. You guys just fell for the bait. Now look what's happening.
Weird.
You got liberation, but you ain't got no man. You got sexual liberation, but you have no husband.
And no family.
You have, and now it's at a point where you still have women shaming other women on wanting to be wives, wanting to make that, a part of their career as being a mother and a wife. Mm-hmm. So the problem right now that I see that we have is it's a generation gap first and foremost, because if you are 35 and up, 22-year-olds aren't listening to y'all. Mm-hmm. They're not. So now we're looking at you. The only way that y'all can get them to listen to y'all is that y'all do the same thing that they're doing. You claiming like monkeys on poles. You wearing your hair crazy as hell like them. You're trying to be friends with the younger generation. You're twerking. You're doing all these different things. You're acting like we expect them. And when you see a 40, 50, and 60-year-old woman out there twerking and wearing all these different colors in their hair and wearing these long-ass nails and acting like children, you can't say anything about feminism. You have to say something about one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2022.
Yep.
It is definitely. Well, I guess no captivity. But Freezy ain't here. He gonna come back. Okay, I'm gonna hit you two ladies with this question. Now listen. What is known to be a universal truth, ladies? No one likes anyone. No one finds anyone who's morbidly obese attractive. So, my question is, you know what you need to do to fix the weight problem.
Just like I do.
Wait, instead of just fixing said issue by putting in a little effort, in your membership, you can go to Planet Fitness for $10 a month. I wouldn't recommend Planet Fitness. Find another gym that's better. Okay?
Right.
So even if you go there and just use cardio equipment for 1 hour per day, 5 days a week, or 3 days a week, let's start with that. Men want women who are fit. Why not? Why do women not, black women in particular, not clean up the diet? Because you're not in the gym. You're not. I go to 3 different ones. You're not in the gym. Okay, so why don't you clean up the diet and work out? Why don't you do that much for yourself, even if not for black men? So when I see black women walk around sloppy, unfit, just disgusting, all that gelatinous cottage cheese all over their body and sausages everywhere, I'm just like, you don't love yourself. So I can't give you a chance. No. Why don't you do that? I don't understand that with the working out part. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't.
I don't have a problem with that. Like I shit. I mean, I used to be in Taekwondo, so I'm not one of those chicks who have issues with working out, whatever. But I'm also not going to be judging a person just on looks and thinking that they're purposely doing that, because that's not everybody's story. We all know that. Because there's different medications that have bad side effects of making you gain weight and stuff like that. But no, I'm not going to stop talking. And
I ain't saying stop talking. I'm saying stop the cap.
Well, I don't cap.
Medicine.
Okay. So steroids don't make you blow up?
No, it's the
steroids
pie.
don't make you blow up? Okay. So anyway, but you know what? It's still not an excuse. It's still not an excuse for not working out, because if you're getting side effects from the medication, still working out is still gonna keep you from getting too blown up.
Yeah, but your diet.
What kind of medication they taking?
What you eating?
I don't know. It's like a lot of medications out there.
We ain't signing said. It's the shrimp and grits.
It's the
no. Does it say please take the pie, milk and pie?
Psych meds every 2 hours mess with your body and stuff like that. And
you know what that you have can blow you up. Steroids can.
All the more reason. Wait, all the more reason to clean up the diet and get your fat ass in the gym.
I said that. I said
All
you
the more
still.
reason.
I said you should still work out because the thing
I wasn't
is,
talking to you. I was talking to my sister.
If you
If you
if you are working out, you won't suffer the extreme side effects of those medications and stuff
Yeah, but
like
working
that.
out
So
ain't
you
gonna
should
help
still.
if you eating bad.
Well, you should fix that too. Yeah.
You got to change that.
But I'm saying that even if you have those reasons, it's still not to say when you work out. Yes, you're supposed to be eating right.
Well, some people don't.
Eating
People
comes
eat bad
before
and go to
working
the
out.
gym, and you
Eating
do it
right
for
comes
nothing.
before working out.
You don't have to go to the gym to work out.
Well, let's. But
I didn't say nothing about going to the gym. I said working out.
Not for nothing.
I said I like to go to the gym. I like to do martial arts.
80% of weight loss is
beautifully
diet.
animated. Like let's just be call it what it is. Most women just don't have the discipline, don't have the drive.
No, they don't.
They don't
want to feel the burn.
Right.
They don't want to feel any discomfort.
You talking about somebody who works out faithfully. Like I worked out earlier today. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go to the gym on a regular basis. So like
because even doing yoga and Tai Chi
every day, like even today, I was like motivate myself. Like, no, I'm not gonna skip today. I'm gonna go today. I haven't been in like the last maybe like couple of days. So I was like, no, I'm not skipping today. I don't care how tired I am. I'm going. Like, you know what I mean? You really have to have a drive in yourself to want to do it. And if she ain't got a drive on herself to want to do it, she ain't got the will to do it, she's not gonna do it.
And okay, so even my question is like, even when they see themselves gaining weight off the chain, they see themselves getting huge, they don't stop. I just don't.
I don't get it either.
I don't get it. I don't get that. I don't get the people who's on
600 pound life.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't get it.
Here's my thing.
If you 600 pounds, that's we're not talking about that.
Kill me.
Right.
No, but you had to start somewhere to get to that 600 pounds, right?
Here's my thing.
We're talking about the 80 and 100 pounds because that's more. 600 pounds, you got mental issues, right? But we're talking about the 80 motherfuckers. We're talking about the 80, right? Let's keep it to everyday life, right? We're talking about the motherfuckers 80 pounds overweight. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, so my thing is this is a gradual process. You know, no one's sneaking into your house and loading your salad up full of calories. Okay, you have loads of time to back out of this project. You know what I'm saying? You didn't just sit there one morning. You was fit one day, and you went to lunch. You took 2 bites and what the fuck's that? No, that's not. That doesn't happen. I don't. You see this happening.
I can just say
to yourself, and they don't do anything about it.
I can just push it to depression, though. You know what I'm saying? Because depression, if you don't deal with your mental issues, you're not gonna see nothing, and it is gonna seem to that person that that's what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Now you got mental issues and you're fat. Now you got two. Now it's 2 problems.
No, the mental issues can lead to obesity because you're dealing with mental issues.
Now there's 2 problems.
Yeah. The first problem made the second problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, that show, you have people who have been abused. You have people who have been.
Please stop. Can we please stop? Please.
Just be honest. Just be honest about the situation. Most people aren't overweight because they got mental issues or because like they on medications. The majority of people, like you do have some people that have those issues, but the overwhelming majority of people who are overweight is because they're not caring about their diet. They're not caring about the diet and they're inactive.
Yeah.
Like rather than like even here, like rather than taking the stairs, people are quick to look for an elevator or quick to look for like some other option other than just walking. Like
they'll burn gas
and one of my jobs
like 12 times,
right? Just so they don't have to walk. Like, people are just lazy. Let's just be honest about it. People are lazy.
Facts.
That's the majority reason why so many people are overweight. Now, I'm not denying it. You have some people who have mental issues. You have some people who medications that they own, but the overall majority, they just don't want to work out and they don't want to change their diet habits. Like they still want to eat cakes.
But you want to talk about also in mass, you also have to take into account heredity. Obesity is also, there's a hereditary component to it. So as our people have been fattening, their children have also been fattening.
Right. Yeah.
So talking about what's happening in mass.
Oh my goodness.
Parents, more than likely, you're going to be fat also.
That's true.
So
y'all know.
What about these women?
JT, you muted.
What about these women?
Right.
Who claim to say
that thing away,
what about these women who claim to have this baby weight, but their youngest is 10 years old, man? That's some. Come on now, we gotta do better.
Yeah. Can I get my final thoughts?
Before we wrap up?
It's also.
Can I get my final thoughts?
Wait.
Hold on. We ain't signing. You gotta go.
Well, no. The thing said final thoughts, right? It says final thoughts at the bottom of the screen.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see that. I mean, shit. Reading is fundamental, motherfucker.
Hey,
but,
get
out here. Well, thank you, motherfucker.
Black man, you ain't got the motherfucker.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Shout out to Bernie Mac, man. I'm about to watch a video of his tonight, man. Shit. All right. So my final thoughts. So when we're talking about what's the solutions, because I know this is a solution show. So all I'm going to say is I agree with Dusto, right? They said no, so fuck it. East Africa, SYSBM, Brazil, there's more black women in Brazil than there is in America. There's more black people in America, in Brazil than America. Go SYSBM, go get you your foreign queen, and count on the fucking motherfucking life. Peace.
Not a bad option.
That's not a bad option. You got options.
No, that's right. Flex on them. Flex your options.
Yeah, let's check this out. Okay.
I'm all for whatever.
Dusto.
My final thought.
Ruler of the Dustosphere.
They're fat. What is that?
Nothing. That's me fucking up.
Yeah.
But listen, they're fat and they see themselves getting
dumbass.
And they don't give a shit. Fuck off.
Yeah, they're fat. They won't stop at the wigs. And for overall, most of them said no. It's not productive to argue back and forth or tell them what happened in 1822. They said no. They said in 2022, we're going to do what we want to do. They're going to take kids and poison them. Get away from there. Run. Trust me, they can't catch you if you run.
Dusto, can I ask you a quick question?
What you got?
Now, you had said earlier you're about 6 degrees away from
6 wigs away.
6 wigs away. Why the 6? Why haven't you done so? What's holding you back?
From doing what exactly? Divesting?
Yeah. Why the 6? Or you said 5? Well, yeah, I think you put it down to 5 during the broadcast. But why? What's keeping you there? Why didn't you go like we ain't signing? Just go and just do your thing. Just do it. I mean, what's holding you back?
No, I mean, I keep the formula pretty simple. I date what I look like, what I see that I like. I go and I talk to and I date. It just so happens as years pass, less and less and less of them are black. I didn't do this. They did it. Their decisions. They should know by now, if you've been a woman, if a man has been, I'm 42 years old. I've been a man 24 years. Over those 24 years, I at least took the time to understand what women want and what women need, just like what men want and what men need. And I became a lot of those things just for self. I got guidance, leadership, fitness, finance, all this other stuff taken care of. If a woman's 30, 35, 26, however many, they've been an adult for years. And the best decision and the biggest financial decision they make is to marry a man or get on a man's program. That's their guidance, their leadership, their structure, and it's their future, especially if they want to have a family. So if they decide, I want to be a family, I want to be a wife and all that, but they're going to eat themselves out and wigicize and be out of control, there's nothing I can do with that. Nothing I will do with it. They made a decision. And it's not just that they made a bad decision to get what they are. It's the fact that they're willing to stand on it and fight with it till they die. They're not saying, hey, well, hold on. What is it that you need, sir? They're not, a lot of them are not being moldable and being able to be corrected and redirected. They rather spin around in circles, get bent over, stroked out by raw dog Ronnie, Ubered out to the streets, divorce husbands, have reckless, out of control kids, and eat themselves into a coma. I don't want nothing to do with that. I'll just leave it at that.
Eat themselves into a coma. I love it.
Yeah, they're gonna be on oxygen tanks in the next few years.
I'm just saying, bro. Look,
and insulin.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Listen, that whole weight thing. I'm like,
they're fat in their prime years now. They're fat
in their
know.
prime years now. That's what it gets me. That's why I asked this question, ladies. It's just bottom line. It's like they're getting younger and younger, and they're getting fatter and fatter. I don't understand that. I really don't understand it. I don't get it. You know that there are health problems that come with weight gain. You know this. But you keep doing it anyway. So we got ladies on the panel. That's why I asked the ladies their opinion, what they thought of it, because I can't make heads or tails out of it. No other man that I know can. No captivity.
Shushu, you're.
Go ahead.
Do you know you're muted?
Yeah. Thank
you.
Oh,
my bad.
And look.
Don't be my woman.
All the heat I gave JT now, Shmiri. You got to, come on. You got to tighten up.
Oh, listen, it happens. I was going to say back to final thoughts, though.
Yeah. No captivity with Freezy. You ducked in here for 2 seconds, then ducked back out. I hope you're still here, Freezy, because I'm going to make fun of you if you stepped away. You went AFK again. Freezy, give us some final thoughts. Freezy, give us some of that no captivity, man. Come on. You can do it. Freezy, I'm going to make fun of you. You know that, right? Oh, boy. I know where you at, too.
There you go. Here's
the thing. We got to come. Here's the thing. I like pizza a lot. Okay? Mm-hmm. I like pizza a lot, but I don't have it
in moderation.
Yeah, I don't have it 3 days a week.
Mandrell. We have final thoughts, honey. Let that go.
That's fine. Let's let Hank go.
Hank, what you got?
Man, fat hoes need love too, Craig. So it's gonna be some fat dudes out here, fat women. Hey, match them up. Let them.
Wait, while y'all are still up here, why is the issue of fat women up on the? Why are we bringing this up on a feminism like when that's an issue for people? Period.
It's a part of feminism. Love me for who I am.
Yeah, you better not body shame them. Lizzo come after your ass.
We're not gonna do that one. Sorry,
it's one of those things you got to be aware of what's going on and what you do and what you for like they were talking about the health reasons.
Yeah,
Black people always has issues with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. Black men really has a problem with heart disease. So as men, I'm always encouraged, man, go get your blood work, go get your colonoscopy, go get your prostate check, get your blood work, do what you need to do. Don't be scared to go to the doctor, but there's also the mental side of the mental health of it. Go see a therapist if you need to. Go get on somebody's couch or get in somebody's Zoom meeting. Whatever you need to do to get yourself all the way right, black men, do it. Because I need for y'all black men to protect yourself at all times.
Mm-hmm.
All times.
All times. Thank you.
You got to say it after you say that. You got to say all time.
All time.
You're damn right.
Yes, sir. Right on.
Thank you for that.
No, beautifully animated.
Once again.
Ma'am, thank you for joining us once again on a Wednesday show.
Third time.
Yes, for the third time. Unapologetic with Mandrell, a.k.a. Lord Vader. Now,
a.k.a. Mr. Blind Man.
Thank you.
Where's your damn glasses at?
Where your damn glasses at?
I don't know. I think.
Bennett, where the glasses?
I think Jenny Moreno has a point.
Need no glasses.
Dumbass.
I think Jenny Moreno may have a point. I think Cat got to him. Go ahead.
While I'm firm in being myself and stuff like that, I do think there's flexibleness and being, leaving room to be tweaked. Because everybody needs to, men and women need to tweak some things to be completely compatible, and everybody's capable of doing that. So me and Mandrell, we're gonna have combined accounts and separate accounts.
There'll be nothing separate.
He can be the beneficiary. He can be the beneficiary.
That part. No.
Dumbass.
No deals. There'll be no deals.
Okay.
One pot. Okay. I have access. Thank you. Get her out of here.
You know what?
JT.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the $2.22 so I can buy me 2 Black and Miles for no apparent reason.
Well, you had the $19.17 also.
Yeah, but that's going to her. So I mean.
Okay. Yeah.
So
what
yeah,
you gonna get?
I'm gonna get some Black and Miles and donate them to a homeless person who smokes. I guess I don't know. I don't really see homeless people
of all people
around.
Yeah, brother.
What you got on? We got for us.
Man, it was a great show. Again, Shushu, if anybody come talking to you with feminist points, only thing you have to do is say no. Stranger danger, and you get away from them. You stay away from the damn feminists. They're lying to you. That's all they want to do is get you on and recruit you.
Like right. But here's the thing.
Look me in my eyes. Tell me that you are not a feminist ever again. You will never try to get those talking points again. Mandrell, stay on your sister, brother. Stay on her. Man. Tell her to stay away from them people. Do not stand up for them. And like Hank would say, do not, and I repeat, stand around here and support the hoes.
What's the hoes for?
Leave their ass at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And protect yourself
at all times.
At all times. Mr. Bennett, the ever so wise Mr. Bennett. I don't know where you get it from, man. All that wisdom and whatnot. I do enjoy it though. I learn there's something every time I talk to you.
Right.
Appreciate it. Been around for a minute. Just back to the original topic again. I just think that our people have been sold a good bill of goods from a lot of different voices. And a lot of this is just going to be resolved by people just getting back to the basics, just understanding that we need each other and we need to do the things to make us get together. Someone put a point out there, fat people are having babies and those babies are fat. So, but the idea here is that, with feminism, at least it tried to do again, we were used to help fulfill goals, but, we weren't part of the plan. So, us getting back to, nuclear families, getting back to common cause. And again, not to say that what we had was perfect, because I agree a lot of it wasn't. But we need to form a new way forward. Stop thinking about, going back to what we used to do. But let's forge a new way forward that we can work together cooperatively, put our resources together, build economic equity together, and let's try to forge a new way forward. And like I said, I don't expect mass changes, but we can in these spaces, let's do one couple at a time, one family at a time. If you're single, and if you have the capability, the opportunity to find someone and form a family, then go do that and then share your story. And that's one thing I try to do in these spaces as well is share my story and say when you do the right things, it's all worthwhile. So hopefully we can still, get together and, prevent this thing from just going off the cliff where we're just, we just become obsolete. So I hope that doesn't happen to us. But, let's just keep fighting a good fight and let's just use these platforms to change a few people, change a few minds, and have a different perspective on things. So that's all I got to say.
All right, Mr. Paul Bennett. Thank you.
Later.
Thank you for your contribution, sir. You're a scholar and a gentleman.
He's Tiana Sip in the feminism.
So what now? Who said that?
Be nice, Tiana Sip in the feminism. Well, when it comes to feminism, like the original movement itself, I do, and I will stand behind this. I do agree that women should have the right to vote. I do agree that women should have a voice, and I do believe that women should have equal opportunity to jobs. I do believe that women should be seen as people and not objects, like sex objects. Because let's not pretend like that isn't a thing. But I don't agree with the extremism that has gone that feminism has led to. I think that that needs to be reeled all the way in, because it really doesn't serve a purpose for anyone, a good purpose for anyone. And as far as black men and black women coming back together as a unit, we really do need to get to a place where we can trust one another. Once again, because I think a lot of it is that so much breakdown has happened, and so much of it has been passed down, so much that it's difficult to bring it back. But we gotta find something. So just keep fighting a good fight and keep trying to do the work to bring us back together.
All right, cool. Yes, my final thoughts. Feminism sucks. There's only a handful of things in feminism that actually make sense to do. The rest of it is trash. All right, and it should be discarded. And I agree with JT. You meet a feminist, you run the opposite direction. Okay, that shit is toxic. It's not only toxic, it's poison. It's venom, even. That's what it is. Because there's a difference between venom and poison, you know. Anyway, yeah, stay away from feminism. And yeah, people, let's do better. Okay, because we suck right now. We lost. And black women, get in the gym. Pretty please. At least love yourself enough to do it every once in a while. Twice a week. Start there. Black women. Okay? I mean, nobody needs you walking around here with Stewie Griffin playing a tuba behind you. Yeah.
Stop it. I have a glandular problem.
Yeah, I make all the excuses in the world. It's the medicine that I've been taking. I have a glandular problem. No, shut up. Get to the gym. Go work out. Look at the plate on the table and fucking say no. You say no to us all the time. Why don't you say yes to your health? All I'm saying. Good grief. All I'm saying. God. All right, black people, love each other. And
thank y'all, and thank you to the audience for everybody who joined in. Not only
thank you for the cash apps too, people.
Yeah,
thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank y'all for the cash apps. We appreciate every one of you all. Even the change.
Right. And thank you to B9. Shout out to B9, man, for coming up and supporting us. Thank you, B9. Right. Appreciate it for real. All right, shout out to Queen Smiley Rules. Thank you for coming, ma'am.
Yes, Queen.
Beautifully animated. Thank you for coming on to the panel and offering us your insight and your opinion. Appreciate it. Yeah, Papa Blanco, thank you for coming. Marcus, shut up.
Gardno.
Gardno.
CJ.
You know that's CJ, right?
Of course.
Ain't nobody but CJ. Right. Isaiah, thank you for coming out. All right, thank you, everybody. Good night. I'm going to bed.
Hey, y'all have a good night. Join us next week.
Later.
Dumbass.